Hi all, and welcome to the Tina Cloud Sprint Review Retro 70 and the Forecast 71. First, we'll be going through the Sprint Review Retro at the top. So, for our sprint goal, we had indexing of the backlog of media and monitoring for any performance outliers. So I went to run this yesterday and ran into some GitHub rate limiting issues. So I'll be looking into that further and trying to spread out the indexing process over a longer period of time. So for TinaCloud, we have 53 hours billed to myself, Josh, and Matt. And for TinaCMS, we have 16 hours billed to Tiago. And for our sprint backlog, we have one thing to note, which is the updating the UI for the project details page, which I'll pass over to Josh.
Thank you. I'm just going to steal the screen off of you. So this week, Tiago and I focus on a lot of small UI things. So I guess most notably, at least for you, for all users, when you come to the project view, we have a new refreshed look where we've just removed a lot of the fluff around what we're actually showing the users for each project. So we've kind of isolated all the buttons, made them almost our secondary banana. And then we've just showed the GitHub URL and when the configuration was last updated, but cleaning that up a lot. And then we've made further progress with other PBIs and put more into the works of actually what we're going to be showing here in the future, but those aren't ready to show just yet. Adam, you're muted, I believe.
Yeah. Looks nice. If you had the before and after, would have looked even more impressive.
I've got a screenshot of the before, but it's from a YouTube recording, so it's not very clear. I can still show that if you'd like.
Do you plan on recording in down video when all this is done?
Definitely can look at doing that, yes.
Yeah, I think it'd be
I
a good
can,
idea.
if this is not too low quality, this is what it looked like previously, where we showed all the site URLs when it was last updated. And one of the biggest things about the last updated, not only was its accessibility pretty crap, but it wasn't clear what was last updated. So was it the content? Was it the configuration? Was it the project? Etc. etc. So updated that.
Could you show me as you scroll down the page? Does it highlight the actual section you're on?
What do you mean by does it highlight the actual section you're on?
Like just go down the middle of the page, not on the actual links. Yeah, I think there's an argument that as you scroll down past each section, it highlights, and I often find that feels nice.
Well, that's actually what happened previously. Previously, the entire card was clickable, but so was project details. And actually, in the PBI, you said to remove the clickable action off of the card and only have it on the button.
Right. I'm not saying it has to be clickable, but as you hover, as you go down, you could still highlight it.
All right. Do we want to yak shave that, or do you want me to just note that down?
I see that as quite low priority. This is not a seldomly accessed screen. The CMS is far more accessed. So a little bit of color is fine, but more than that, there's diminishing returns.
All right. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Back to you, Eli.
So for our sprint burn down, we have 9 remaining and 7 completed. For the production deployments, we only had 2 deployments to TinaCloud, and we don't have any releases for TinaCMS. For our application health overview timeline, we have seen the Identity API HTTP 500s increased from 3 to 13. Content API HTTP 500s increased from 56 to 57. But yeah, in the scheme of things, it's not much difference. So accounts created decreased from 179 to 178. Trend of organizations created over the last 30 days remains constant. Sign up to commit conversions. Overall conversions decreased from 12.3 to 11.2%. And the unique cloners of the Tina Barebone Starter GitHub repository over the last 2 weeks decreased from 49 to 47. Unique cloners of the Tina Cloud Starter GitHub repository over the last 2 weeks decreased from 104 to 102. And the unique cloners of the Tina self-hosted demo GitHub repository over the last 2 weeks decreased from 61 to 39. For the downloads of the TinaCMS package, it increased from 17,173 to 18,170. For state of our epics, we have just seen an increase in the media management implement indexing layer, increased from 0% to 25%. For our R&D, we didn't have any experimental work. And our AI tools, myself, I was using Cursor with Claude Sonnet 4 and DeepSeek v3.1, which I did try out for a little bit, but yeah, I didn't find it was any better than Claude Sonnet 4. And I used ChatGPT v0, and I started using Claude Code for a bit, but honestly, I didn't find it too great. I much prefer Cursor. Matt, you're just using your same old tools.
Yep.
And Josh, you're using Cursor, v0, Yakshaver.
Yep.
For the Copilot stats, I'll get that from you, Adam, after the meeting.
You can grab it now. I will just tell you that in the meeting prior was 38 minutes. Eli did most of the talking as per Copilot, then Matt Wicks, and then Josh. In terms of what Copilot says was the main action point to action next, I'd be interested to know if this is accurate. It says the main action point is to complete the code review for the quick start and address the indexing of the existing media. Eli is responsible for reviewing the quick start, and the indexing task involves managing AWS session tokens and GitHub rate limiting issues. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that was pretty spot on.
Okay.
Matt, you agree?
What was the last thing I said? So yeah.
Yep. Pretty much. Cool. For the sprint retrospective, what went well, Josh? But yeah, mic there, Josh.
Oh, sorry. You want me? Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I thought you were going to start reading them. No, I think I just pointed out that it was good that we're actually coming in and starting to make UI improvements. Which is saying, I guess, one of our designers started a while ago, but never actually got around to finishing. And I did some peer programming with Eli late last week, when I was kind of diving into the back end a bit more, which I was unfamiliar with, and I found it very good.
What didn't go so well? Yeah, for me, it was just the indexing of the media. I was expecting it to be simple, but it's never the case here. And I ran into some GitHub rate limiting. Improvements to be made for the next sprint. Matt, you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so hopefully Jack and Brooke are back next week. Touch wood.
Hopefully. I've been lonely for the past few months. I don't know how long it's been. Yeah, for myself, I could have commented on the PBI progress a bit more on the indexing PBI just to keep it up to date. Yeah, moving on to the forecast.
So I'm assuming the forecast is going to be more media manager work, right?
Yeah, so for our priorities is just getting the quick startup PR finished off. It's just waiting my review. But yeah, as soon as that's done, I'll be continuing on with the indexing of the client's media.
Okay. And do you think that it'll be at a state that you will say is kind of done after this sprint, or you've got a lot more work than that?
No, my focus is mainly on the indexing of the client media, so I'm trying to get that done this sprint.
And do you think it will be like basically done after this sprint you can move on to something else?
Of the whole indexing, no, there's a few
Yes.
other PBIs that I need to hit, which is setting up the endpoint to switch over to the the Dynamo indexing, which is where the performance improvements come in. So no.
No, okay.
Yeah.
When Jack and Brooke come back, do you expect they'll work on this, or we can get them working on 2 important Yak shows that Matt did?
I don't think so because it's quite a procedural. Yeah, it's the PBIs have got to be done step by step. So yeah, I wouldn't imagine they would work on this. This would be solely myself.
Okay, all right. Can I just check, Brooke and Jack, you know what those 2 Yak shows were? I think Jack should because he was in them.
Yeah, I was recording
Okay.
them with Matt, so
All right,
yep.
Cool.
For our backlog, for the next sprint, we have indexing the existing client's media, the quick start for TinaCloud, and improving the project navigation and UI in TinaCloud, and obviously just our typical Discord chat monitoring.
Okay.
So
all right, cool. And Brady, Eddie, and I will be off to NDC Copenhagen to show off Tina and Yakshaver.
it's great. Beautiful. All right. So this sprint review, retro, and forecast will be uploaded to the TinaCMS YouTube channel under the TinaCloud and TinaCMS playlists. So I hope you all enjoyed, and cheers.
Thanks, Eli. See ya.
See ya.